Okay, kalau kita tengok dekat sini, yang kedua kat sini, penandaan tahap sederhana sahaja daripada penandaan tahap rendah sehingga penandaan tahap tertinggi, di mana pada peringkat ini pelajar-pelajar di Malaysia ni berdasarkan kepada ujian TIM yang telah dilaksanakan oleh pelajar di Malaysia hanya berada pada aras aplikasi pengetahuan asas matematik dalam pelbagai situasi saja, belum sampai ke peringkat kepada contohnya peringkat aplikasi reasoning dan sebagainya. Baik, okay, ni pun saya go through domain kognitif pentaksiran TIMS saya ambil yang 2015 tapi dia lebih kurang sama saja untuk pelajar 14 tahun. Okey, pemberatan dia adalah kepada 35% kefahaman, 40% aplikasi dan 25% penaklukan. Jadi apa yang saya nak highlightkan kat sini adalah daripada pencapaian pelajar dalam TIMS menunjukkan kemahiran berfikir aras tinggi pelajar Malaysia masih berada di tahap rendah, di mana dalam domain kognitif yang melibatkan 25% penaklukan itu, pelajar-pelajar dia tak dapat capai kepada peringkat itu. Cuma pelajar-pelajar kita ni dekat Malaysia ni dia cekap dalam soalan melibatkan aritmetik, maksudnya yang lebih kepada prosedural, tapi dalam segi konseptualnya lemah dalam penaklukan. Okay, ini pun saya sekali lalu saja. Okay, ini menunjukkan pencapaian kita ambil daripada Malaysia dan Singapura, di mana perbezaan dia kalau kita tengok julat antara low dengan advance ni sangat tinggi, khususnya yang advance ni. Advance ni dia merangkumi semualah aspek 3 domain tadi, di mana beza mata dia adalah sebanyak 51 bila kita ambil pada peringkat yang soalan yang tertinggi yang diberi kepada pelajar Malaysia. Okay, ini pun saya go through juga. Okay, latar belakang bagaimana saya mulakan kajian ini. Okay, saya melihat kesukaran penaklukan dalam pembelajaran matematik tambahan sebab matematik tambahan ni orang duk cerita tentang kemahiran berfikir aras tinggi, tetapi proses itu tidak banyak diketengahkan bagaimana nak menyelesaikan masalah-masalah yang melibatkan kemahiran berfikir aras tinggi, di mana setiap soalan dalam matematik tambahan ni memang soalan itu pun dah hebat dan itu saja yang banyak dibicarakan, tetapi proses untuk menyelesaikan soalan itu tidak banyak dikupas. Okay, jadi bila saya buat literature saya, matematik tambahan ni apa isunya kan, kenapa pelajar tak boleh nak achieve masalah-masalah dalam matematik tambahan ni, dia disebabkan oleh penguasaan konsep pelajar dalam matematik tambahan yang masih rendah, di mana pelajar hanya fokuskan kepada kemahiran berfikir aras tinggi. Dalam kajian saya juga kajian saya sebelum ni juga saya banyak ketengahkan berkaitan isu kemahiran berfikir secara kritikal, khususnya dalam penaklukan yang menjadi penyebab pelajar tak boleh berfikir secara ad hoc, secara munasabah, secara kritikal untuk menyelesaikan soalan matematik tambahan itu dengan baik. Kertas projek matematik tambahan pun, walaupun dalam kertas projek matematik tambahan telah diletak elemen-elemen kemahiran berfikir aras tinggi, contohnya macam penaklukan, tetapi benda itu tidak dapat diterapkan dalam kalangan pelajar kerana pelajar banyak bergantung pada guru, banyak isu lagi lah nak menghabiskan silibus dan sebagainya, walaupun benda itu baik dan perlu dikemas kini. Kemudian kelemahan konsep juga menyebabkan pelajar ni cenderung untuk belajar matematik tambahan, khususnya formula tu untuk menghafal tanpa konsep ataupun konten yang kuat. Baik, kemudian kalau kita lihat balik kepada penaklukan kan, so saya fokus kepada tajuk yang saya nak highlight kat sini, pembezaan. Kenapa pembezaan? Sebab dalam banyak-banyak topik pembezaan, bila banyak-banyak topik matematik tambahan, bila saya synchronize balik topik-topik itu dan saya bagi kepada pelajar, matematik tambahan, pembezaan ni adalah telah dapat skor yang paling rendah sekali. Pelajar tak dapat jawab dan bila buat soal sendiri pun memang ada masalah. Jadi saya highlight topik ini kerana saya anggap sebagai konsep matematik yang bersifat analytical. Dia hanya bukan pengiraan semata-mata, penghafalan formula, teori dan sebagainya. Dan kita pun sudah faham bahawa pembezaan ini, topik pembezaan ini akan digunakan ke peringkat yang lebih tinggi. Bila pelajar lanjutkan pelajar ke tingkat tinggi, jadi takkan habis sampai setakat itu saja. Khususnya pelajar yang ambil bahagian teknikal. Baik, punca utama, saya ada 12 minit kan, cepat sikit. Okay, punca utama masalah dalam topik pembezaan bila saya buat literature, saya sendirilah terlibat dengan beberapa kajian tentang pembezaan ni. Keupayaan pelajar dalam membina kefahaman konsep yang baik melalui penaklukan matematik. Dia kalau saya highlightkan dalam pembezaan ni sebenarnya banyak isu konsep yang perlu diperhalusi, perlu diperjelaskan proses dia. Bukan soalan, bukan kemahiran berfikir, bukannya melihat konsep, bukan melihat soalan, tapi proses macam mana kita nak menyelesaikan soalan itu. Itu sebab saya kata pentingnya kemahiran penaklukan tu. Pengetahuan sudah ada pelajar terhadap topik tersebut sangat minimum. Sangat minimum ni pun disebabkan bila pelajar dah fed up, dia hanya ambil jalan tengah menghafal dan tahu apa yang sepatutnya tahu yang ada sahaja dalam buku teks. Pelajar gagal mengisi konsep pembelajaran maka mempersiapkan diri dengan kembaran berfikir. Ini samalah. Jadi isunya sekarang, adakah masalah ini sebabkan oleh pendekatan PDP yang digunakan oleh guru? Kita kena lihat benda ni secara terbuka lah, kan? PDP yang digunakan oleh guru walaupun ada yang baik dan sebagainya, itu kita kena bincang, kita kena lihat secara terbuka. Di mana yang dekat bawah ni saya melihat format-format matematik dan matematik tambang yang diuji dalam peperiksaan ICSTEM. Saya tak sentuh lagi ke ICSTEM yang akan digunakan pada tahun 2021 ni. Baik, isunya sekarang ialah memang dalam PPM pun, KPM sangat menekankan konsep kemahiran berfikir untuk mengasah penaklukan matematik pelajar. Kemudian, penaklukan matematik sebenarnya dia dalam komponen kebat ni dia banyak proses, inquiry dan sebagainya. Tapi saya fokuskan kepada penaklukan sebab bagi pandangan saya dengan menerapkan kaedah penaklukan, pelajar berkeupayaan untuk mencabar diri dia berfikir dengan pelbagai kaedah untuk menyelesaikan masalah-masalah matematik tambahan, khususnya dalam pembezaan. Jadi barulah datangnya idea nak menyelesaikan, nak buat tu. Jadi disebabkan pelajar ada masalah konsep, tidak dapat menguasai pembelajaran pembezaan. Bila saya buat literature, dia tidak dapat menguasai, sebenarnya isunya pelajar tidak diasah tentang penaklukan dia. Dia tidak menguasai penaklukan matematik sebenarnya sebab dia tak boleh berhujah. Kalau kita dapat soalan ni, dia tak tahu soalan tu salah atau benar kerana dia tak boleh define soalan tu. Dia tak tahu, saya pun tak tahu macam mana. Tapi bila saya buat benda ni, bila dia boleh define dan bila saya kata salah pun dia akan tunjukkan bukti macam mana dia dapat penyelesaian tersebut. Baik. Dan saya membangunkan satu aktiviti pembelajaran bagi topik pembezaan yang terancang secara sistematik. Proses menyelesaikan soalan tu, soalan memang kebat dah. Tapi proses dia saya rancang secara sistematik to make it pelajar tu nampak dengan jelas dan apa yang saya gunakan, elemen saya gunakan adalah penaklukan matematik dan komponen penaklukan matematik dalam menggunakan teori Marzano. Baik. Baik, yang ini objektif kajian saya. Objektif kajian dia mengkaji kesan. Nama aktiviti saya bagi pada pelajar itu adalah strategik penaklukan pembezaan. Fokus dia untuk meningkatkan penaklukan matematik dan komponen penaklukan matematik. Penaklukan yang saya gunakan nanti saya akan tunjuk dalam kerangka konsep saya. Ini adalah persoalan kajian dia. Apakah kesan strategik penaklukan pembezaan dalam membantu pelajar mempertingkatkan penaklukan matematik? Apakah kesan strategik penaklukan pembezaan dalam membantu pelajar mempertingkatkan komponen? Tak apalah, yang ini saya sekali lalu saja. Ini kerangka konsep dia. Baik, inilah aktiviti penaklukan yang saya gunakan sebanyak 10 aktiviti yang cover satu topik pembezaan. Semua 10 aktiviti mengikut kepada kemahiran di mana saya membahagikan penaklukan ni mengikut teori Marzano, dimensi yang kelima, membanding beza, klasifikasi induktif dan didaktif. Baik, saya mulakan aktiviti itu. Kalau kita lihat kat sini nampak macam tak berapa jelas, tapi saya tunjukkan satu-satu. Yang pertama, saya punya lesson plan saya, mungkin panduan untuk guru-guru macam mana nak mengajar nanti, manipulate dan sebagainya. Nanti guru sendiri lebih bagus, saya bagi idea saja. Yang kedua, aktiviti pembelajaran. Saya fokuskan dekat situ apa yang saya nak pelajar capai. Hasil pembelajaran saya berdasarkan kepada sukatan pelajaran yang dah ada. Kemudian yang ketiga, inilah aktiviti-aktiviti penyiasatan yang saya minta pelajar laksanakan. Kalau cikgu-cikgu nampak, dekat depan ni, dia nampak macam ada satu lengkung titik tindak balas ataupun titik pusingan maksimum dan minimum kalau kita tengok. Okey, jadi ada titik maksimum, ada titik minimum, saya klasifikasikan kepada dua. Jadi pelajar akan menyiasat. Yang ruang hijau ni dia menyiasat. Dia menyiasat titik-titik ni di mana titik-titik berada dan dia kena buat kesimpulan kat sini. Yang ni saya memang highlightkan sebab pelajar tak nampak kadang-kadang untuk dapatkan lengkuk tindak balas positif dan negatif untuk tahu dia adalah maksimum dan minimum, kita kena laksanakan aktiviti yang jelas yang kita boleh define dengan pelajar dan akhirnya pelajar sendiri akan dapat jawab konsep tersebut berdasarkan kepada penyiasatan yang dilaksanakan. Kemudian kalau kita tengok yang seterusnya yang merah ni jawapan dia lah. Maknanya selepas dia buat benda ni, kita suruh dia rungkaikan benda ni dalam bentuk ayat ataupun dalam bentuk apa yang telah disiasat. Apa yang dinampak? Contohnya perbezaan peringkat pertama dilakukan kerana apa? Perbezaan peringkat kedua dilakukan. Dan dia jawab soalan ni bukan hafal. Dia jawab, dia akan lihat balik kepada apa yang telah pelajar laksanakan dan dia akan jawab. Itu saja. Dan yang kelima ni adalah instrumen ataupun skor-skor yang saya gunakan untuk mentafsir tahap penaklukan belajar dengan kepercayaan saya bahawa ini skor yang saya dapat dan saya telah modify daripada pakar-pakar penaklukan di beberapa universiti pendidikan awam yang telah ditentusahkan lah untuk saya dapat satu clarified dia punya skor untuk penaklukan. Dan kena faham, cikgu kena faham, rakan-rakan kena faham, penaklukan ini kalau kita compare dengan latih tubi, dia tidak menjamin pelajar untuk dapat markah 100. Kemungkinan besar kalau ada dua orang pelajar yang ini memang dia tengok latih tubi saja, dia buat latih tubi, pelajar yang penaklukan ni dia faham konsep dan okey, mungkin markah dia sama ataupun mungkin orang yang buat latih tubi ni markah lebih baik daripada penaklukan. Tetapi untuk jangka masa yang panjang di mana bila sendiri pelajar tu diberi satu kebebasan untuk dependent, dia tak bergantung pada sesiapa, pelajar ni dia akan boleh terus pergi jauh. Itu yang saya nampak daripada literature lah. Okey. Baik. Okay, metodologi kajian, tak pasti dah berapa minit dah. Tak apa, saya tekankan selagi loceng tak berbunyi.
Okey, ada lagi 2 minit lagi, Doktor.
Lost ke? Saya tak dengar. Mimi, unmute Mimi.
Okey. Alright, sorry. Dr. Nizam dah lost connection tu. Tapi actually masa pun dah almost done dah. Lagi 2 minit lagi tinggal. So Dr. Nizam boleh try keluar, nanti masuk balik kalau Dr. ada kat sini. Saya try. Okay.
Ataupun nanti bagi masa sikit untuk Q&A untuk Dr. Nizam ni. So boleh proceed
Betul.
dulu kat sekarang.
Kita bagi sedikit masa, Dr. Nizam.
Okey, ataupun ni proceed dulu. So lepas sesi saya nanti buka sikit untuk Q&A untuk bahagian Dr. Nizam. Kalau Dr. Nizam boleh masuk balik.
Okey, Dr. Nizam dah ada. Dr. Nizam boleh cakap sekarang? Okey. Okey, on off. Okey, Dr. Nizam. Okey, unmute Doktor. Okey, kita bagi sedikit lagi masa untuk Doktor. Unmute Doktor. Doktor unmute.
Doktor tak dengar, Doktor dah tak dengar.
Saya tak dengar.
Doktor tak dengar, Doktor.
Dr. Nizam, tak dengar? Okey, Doktor, saya minta maaf. Saya tak dengar suara Doktor. Doktor nak cakap. Okey, Dr. Nizam. Alright. Doktor pun tak dengar saya juga dah ni. On and off. Dr. Nizam. Sekejap Panti boleh call Dr. Nizam sekejap? Okay, so doktor tengah bercakap tu. Okay, sebentar ya semua. Okay, Dr. Nizam. Okay, doktor tak dengar suara. Unmute. Tak dengar. Okay, tak ada. Alright. Doktor okey tak? Okay, kalau... Okay.
Nak minta call.
Nak minta Kak T tolong call Dr. Nizam sekejap, Kak T. Lost sound but the visual is there, yes. Okay. Maybe dia tak buka sound tu sekarang.
Nak minta call Cikgu Nizam. Ini.
Betul. Betul. Okay, so alright. So saya rasa kita akan memandangkan hari ini pun kita punya sesi petang ni tak ramai participants. So I think kita proceed dulu with the next presenter. Okay, and after that I will give you a little bit time for Dr. Nizam. Is it okay? Kuat sikit lagi Doktor.
Suara saya.
Ya, slow, tak dengar. Okay, Doktor boleh cakap? Tak dengar. Okay. Doktor tengok chat ya. Okay. Saya beri laluan kepada peserta seterusnya terdahulu. Sementara nanti saya akan beri peluang sedikit lagi kepada Dr. Nizam untuk habiskan sedikit lagi untuk Q&A session. Is it okay? Alright, okay. Okay, so seterusnya, next I will call for the next presenter. Okay, we will have Dr. Razifa, okay, to present. Okay, so Dr. Razifa, are you going to present by yourself?
Ya, saya share semua ni.
Okay, dipersilakan.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat good afternoon, good evening. Okay, so today I would like to share my innovation in teaching. That's name is Puzzle. So I will share with you the slide that I'll prepare. Okay. This one is a puzzle. What is puzzle? Puzzle is a simple hands-on integration to e-learning for understanding the plant structure. Okay, so the innovation is a puzzle. So what is the puzzle? Okay, so before that, I will share with you what I'm going to share in this presentation. Is a general introduction for the first part. And the second part is I will share about the video presentation, and the third one is for Q&A session. So puzzle, what is a puzzle? So puzzle is a combination of combination words from plant and puzzle. Okay, so plant and puzzle that give a puzzle. So the puzzle is a teaching and learning aids in the form of downloadable and printable puzzle and 3D nets designed for use in the classroom to learn about plant structure and function. Okay, so why I introduce the puzzle to my student? Okay, so the puzzle is the purposely to boost the student participation during remote or online learning during the pandemic COVID-19, because all around the world is used the online learning. So, and using the puzzle, student can easily recognize and memorize the different structure of cell, tissue, and organ in plant of various plant groups and relate to their function clearly and accurately after they use the puzzle. And the puzzle also to determine the effectiveness of this teaching aid. I use my student 116 students that taking the subject BIO 3003, that's plant structure and function. Okay, so now what, why, and next is how. So how I use this puzzle. So I implement the puzzle in my classroom. So what is the process? The implementation process start when the student will first given the task to watch the pre-recorded video multiple times, and student answer the question, the 10 question, and after that the second step is the student give the material, the downloaded material, the puzzle. The student print and discuss the material with their friends in their group before answering another 10 questions. Okay, that one is pre and post test. And the result showed showed a significant increase in average test score from 74% to 97%. And this proved that the activity has shown to increase the understanding of the important plant structure that students learn through the video. Okay, so the conclusion is the puzzle can be a kinesthetic learning aid that can be integrated with e-learning, where students need to carry out physical activities rather than only listen to a lecture or watching a demonstration. Okay, I will share with you the recorded video. Okay, so okay.
Plant organs, stem tissues, leaf structures, root components. These are just some of the names that students have to remember for Bio 3003, Plant Structure and Function, and that is only just one chapter. The course learning outcome for this subject is to relate the importance of the structure of cells, tissues, and organs of plants to their function clearly and accurately. So students need to know all these structures in plants. Staring at screens all day because of online learning, students are experiencing screen time fatigue and also reduced social interaction, reduced sensory stimulation by touch, and engaging movement during class sessions. Basically, only touching screens on smartphones. What about our tactile or kinesthetic learners? As you are all aware, there are various learning styles, but studies have shown that tactile learning is a beneficial way for young adults to learn and retain new information. Movement increases cognitive functioning abilities and increases long-term memory. I would like to introduce Plazzles, from the word plant and puzzles. Plant jigsaw printables for learning plant structure online and at home. Plazzles are downloadable designs consisting of 3D nets, dynamic puzzles, and also pieced together puzzles. Based on this, our objectives are to increase student understanding and knowledge of plant structures and function. 2. Provide learning material for tactile or kinesthetic learners. 3. Facilitate social interaction when Plazzles is paired with WebEx breakout rooms. If you think about it, Plazzles are designs ready to be printed by students or instructors. So the cost is minimal, maybe cost for designers or illustrators, and also a platform or online marketplace to sell. The commercial potential are huge. Plazzles can be sold as pay-per-design downloads or sold as printed booklets that can be sold at bookstores and carnivals. The concept of Plazzles is applicable to many topics and subjects. It's just a matter of designing. Here is the implementation of Plazzles in the classroom. Acknowledgements to the 116 Bachelor of Science Biological Sciences Year 1 students. How we implemented Plazzles and assessed its impact to teaching and learning was through a pre- and post-test. Students were given a recorded lecture on the topics and asked to directly answer questions. Here, students can watch the videos given many times. For the next class session, students download and print Plazzles individually, then discuss with assigned group members on how to solve the puzzles via WebEx breakout rooms. They had to record the activity and had a quiz to assess their understanding. Let's have a look at how peer learning and tactile learning was done using Plazzles.
Situation we can see is at the above this. Okay, so at the middle is the zone of elevation, and near the columella, which is at the root cap, is the zone of cell division, the apical and primary meristem.
The impact was significant, with a 13.2% score increase. Average test scores of 74% during the pre-test rose to 87.2% in the post-test. You can have a look at some of the testimonials from students here. Objective 3, which is to facilitate social interaction, was also achieved. Please bear in mind that these first-year students have never met each other face-to-face before. To date, copyright applications for the name and design of Plazzles have been submitted for processing. Writing for publication is in progress, and we welcome any collaborators to apply this concept to other subjects, especially subjects that have a lot of diagrams or images to memorize. That is all for the presentation by the Plazzles team. Thank you for your time.
Okay, so that's all from us, Miss Minnie. Thank you. Mute ini saya tak dengar.
Thank you so much, Dr. Razifa. Okay, so now I open for Q&A session. If you have any question, you may raise your hands, or if you can unmute, please unmute so that you can ask the questions to Dr. Razifa. Any question? Okay, any questions? Okay, no. All right, Dr. Razifa, I have a question to you. can you share with us what are the challenges that you have to face during this project?
Okay, during this project, most all the students are at their hometown, and the challenge is this subject offered during the PKP1 when most of the students can't go to the bookshop or cyber cafe to print the material, so they need to draw by themselves and color by themselves to participate in the learning process. Okay, that's a big challenge already.
Okay. All right. Okay. So thank you so much. But at the end, they still manage to join their friends,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Right.
All right. Okay. So thank you so much. Okay. All right. So I think that's all. Okay. So we proceed to the next presenter. Okay. So the next presenter, you are welcome to. Okay. The next presenter is Dr. Siti Marshita binti Zakaria, okay, from SMK Dato Abdul Rahman Yaakob, Perak, OBP 15. So, are you ready, Doctor? Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day everyone. I am Siti Marshita binti Zakaria and teach Asas Science Computer since 2016 at SMK Dato Abdul Rahman Yaakob, Kota Perak. I am glad that I have a chance to share my innovation related to the subject International Conference in Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics ICSTEM 2021. Therefore, without wasting more time, allow me to continue my presentation. What is ASKIT? ASKIT is an acronym for Asas Science Computer Kit and also known as Teaching Aids for ASK teachers by focusing towards Form 1 and Form 2. There are 4 objectives aiming for ASKIT, which are providing inclusive and interactive materials. The current version of ASKIT includes various online quizzes, interesting online exercises on PowerPoint, and videos to be presented. Students and teachers are encouraged to communicate with their preference communication platform. Second, creating one-stop center for teaching sources. Too many references and sources on your list may cause troublesome sometimes. Thus, ASKIT helps teachers by providing sufficient resources to get them ready to roll out for their class. Third, saving time in planning lessons. ASKIT is great in saving teachers' time. Currently, teachers are forced to take charge on many things. Thus, we have to work smart. We have no room to gamble our teaching quality despite the busy routines. Hence, ASKIT aims to save teacher time by referring to one-stop center which have it all for the lessons. Fourth, make ASKIT workable online. The pandemic has changed the way we learn and work. Education industry heavily affected by this event. At the earlier phase, we would seem not ready to perform online class due to many obstacles. For example, lack of knowledge in online application and difficulty in acquiring teaching sources that meet national syllabus was a biggest challenge. Therefore, making workable online materials for ASKIT have saved teachers' lives. How to use ASKIT? ASKIT consists of RPH, teaching slides, notes, online exercise, and videos. For lesson plan purpose, I have provided daily lesson plans that can be used and can be adapted to fit the current situation. After that, teacher can access all materials provided in the link. Pick any teaching notes, slides, and videos that fit their lessons. The teaching slides are developed according to the 21st Century Learning as gazetted by Malaysia Ministry of Education. At At the final stage, teacher can access PDPC using subtopic, topical, and online exercise that can be edited. Upon completion, teachers can check their students' understanding by using online exercise that coincide with students' assessment or PBD. The bonus point, topical questions and online quizzes that also can be matched to the students' ability. How much the AskIt costs? In developing the AskIt, I would say almost zero cost need for the project. For the facilities, I just need a laptop, reference books, internet connection, and a piece of high spirit. I share the AskIt via Google Drive and send the link to the ASK teachers. A study was conducted to identify the satisfaction and quality of AskIt. The study involved a total of 40 teachers from all over Malaysia. There are 11 male teachers and 29 female teachers who participated in the study. These teachers have been using AskIt for 2 months since December 2020. Likert scale 1 until 5 were used in the study to obtain findings. The responses are related to 4 objectives stated earlier in the presentation. Findings. First, providing inclusive and interactive material. Based on the questionnaire, 95% of respondents chosen scale 4 and 5, which shows that AskIt provides inclusive and interactive materials. Second, creating one-stop center for teaching sources. In the following questions, does AskIt perform as one-stop center for teachers' resources? 94.7% of respondents choose scale 4 and 5, which indicates AskIt performs as one-stop center for teachers to obtain teaching materials for ASK subject. The next question is, AskIt save time for my teaching and learning process? 95% of respondents choose scale 4 and 5 for this question, which show that AskIt saves time for lesson. The next question is exercises confirms to classroom assessment or PBD. 85% of respondents choose scale 4 and 5 for these questions, which shows that all exercises fulfill the requirement for classroom assessment or PBD. In AskIt, all questions are stated the level of classroom assessment, which facilitates teachers to make an assessment. This AskIt was not only distributed to teachers in the state of Perak, but was widely distributed to 225 teachers throughout Malaysia. After 10 months of AskIt being widespread, there are still more teachers interested in getting AskIt. Through the findings, I have seen there are few improvements that can be made on AskIt. First, digitize the Form 3 materials for ASK. Form 3 topics are very important because it is a continuation from Form 1 and Form 2 syllabuses. Second, various online exercises. For now, AskIt provides interactive notes and online quizzes such as Kahoot and quizzes, and can be further diversified according to the latest educational trends. Third, add a complete instructional videos. AskIt now provides videos as induction sets and teachers act as facilitators. However, a complete video will be produced to help teachers teach better. As a conclusion, in this pandemic situation, the teaching aids like AskIt prove that it helps teachers in teaching and learning processes. Undeniable, AskIt highly impacted the users in positive way. We have reached the end of my presentation. I would like to thank the organizer in providing this platform for educators to share their knowledge and teaching methods that can help teachers and students to be more successful. Thank you and have a nice day.
Okay, so thank you, Doctor. Mashita, Cikgu Mashita. So I open the question to anyone who like to ask question.
I want to make some correction. I'm not doctor yet. I'm only a teacher.
We can't really hear you. Okay, maybe because of your sound. Okay, anyone would like to ask any question?
Okay, Cikgu Mashita, huh? Are you listening to my voice? Cikgu?
Cikgu Mashita dah terkeluar, I think.
Okay,
Ada.
okay. I think ada a few yang ada masalah low bandwidth ni, I think. Okay, tak apalah. Okay.
Yeah, I can listen.
Okay, Cikgu Mashita, okay. So that ASKIT, so can be applied to any subject or just for specific subject only?
Okay. Internet connection.
Not very clear. But it's okay. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cik Muzamil, I think Cikgu Mashita punya line tu kurang okay ni. So I think maybe we can continue with the next presenter. Okay, so the next presenter is
Hello?
hello.
Yeah. Anybody
Okay.
can hear me?
Okay, yes, we can.
Okay. All right. Back to the questions. So for the time being, I ask it only can be used for ASK subject and also for ASK teachers. To
Okay, or maybe Cikgu Mashita also would like to answer on chat. Okay, I think we should continue with the next presenter dulu.
Oh,
Nanti kita
okay.
tanya.
Dengar ke?
Okay, ya cikgu. Dengar. Okay, testing cikgu.
Ataupun I think Cikgu Masyitah can ni lah put phone number or email, so kita boleh contact dia lah kalau untuk lebih detail dekat chat, ruangan chat tu.
Okay. So, kita continue with the next presenter boleh? Cik Muzamil?
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
so I will call the next presenter is Dr. Suhana binti Zainuddin. Cikgu Suhana binti Zainuddin from SMK Ghaffar Baba. Okay, OBP 16 with the title Implementing High Order Thinking Skills, HOTS in Biology, the Role of the Professional Learning Community, PLC. Okay, so Cikgu Suhana.
Okay, thank you, Mimi.
Welcome.
Okay, wait, I'm sharing the slide first. Okay, can you see my slide and hear my voice?
Yes, very clear.
Okay.
Yes, very clear.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Hi, teachers and friends. Okay, how are you today? I'm glad to be here to do sharing with you. I'm Suhana Zainuddin. I'm come from SMK Ghaffar Baba Melaka. Today, I would like to share with you about my study, implementing high order thinking skill HOTS in biology, the role of professional learning community PLC. Okay, this is my presentation roadmap. I will start with introduction for HOTS, high order thinking skill, and then lesson study, problem statement, methodology, result, and my conclusion. Okay, next. Okay, before I start before I start my presentation, I would like to share with all of you teachers with these two quotes. Okay, actually this is quotes about teacher professional development. Okay, the first one is life as a teacher begin the day you realize that you are always as a learner. Okay, and then when teachers stop learning, so do students. Okay, here is the heart of PLC actually. As we want our students to success in their life, we as teacher, we should always be a learner, okay? Because when we stop learning, so do our students, okay? So let's learn together. Okay, next. Okay, for introduction, what is high order thinking skill? Okay, dalam bahasa Melayu we call it KBAT, okay? KBAT. Okay, in English we call it HOTS, okay? HOTS consists of the skill of applying, evaluating, analyzing, creating, as in the Bloom taxonomy. This is what Malaysian Examination Board stated. Actually, in Malaysia, as the teacher conduct activities that need their student to analyze, to creating something, to applying any information, or do evaluation, then one we can call it HOTS, okay, in the class. Okay, next. Okay, HOTS happen when an individual receive new information. So he process the information, use the knowledge or information during decision making for uncommon problem. Okay, let's say in the class, we teach our student knowledge or theory maybe. Okay, and then we give them problem statement. Okay, in the while solving the problem statement, our student use the information that they learned before. So they come out with maybe creating something. During that time, maybe they apply something information and evaluate the information so that we can call it as our lesson is maybe to implement their high order thinking skill. Okay. Okay, next, HOTS is an important skill that students need to master to cope with IR 4.0 work environment. Okay, nowadays everybody talk about IR 4.0, AI, Internet of Things. Okay, so that by having or implementing HOTS in our class, actually we are preparing our student for that kind of situation, IR4, okay, for their future. Actually, this kind IR4 is happen now, and in school we are preparing them when they need it in their work environment for the next coming. Okay, so how can HOTS help them to with the IR4? Okay, as we know, in IR4 we use a lot of technology, okay, internet, robotic, okay, so that all that thing needs human as programmer, as manager, okay. So we have to implement this high order thinking skill in school because they are the one who will work with all this sort of technology. Okay. Next, as teacher, we are responsible to train our student with this skill. Okay, we can start it from in school. Okay, next. Okay, now we learn about what is lesson study. Okay, lesson study actually is an approach in professional learning community in Malaysia, which is originated from Japan. Okay, in Japan we call it it is known as you can you. Okay, maybe it's not I'm wrong how to pronounce it. Okay, this is by Luis and Zanatun. And then by having lesson study, actually teachers learn by observing other teachers' lesson as well as learning process of their student. Okay, this is from Muhammad Reza, 2015. Muhammad Reza actually is a researcher from Iran, but now he's staying in Japan, and he did a lot of research about lesson study. Okay. And then lesson study approach become known to the world through the book of Teaching Gap by Stigler and Hibbert. Okay, this is a good book that I read already. How can Stigler and Hibbert start writing about this? Actually, in 90s, the TEAM and PISA result for developed countries such as US, Germany, not as good as Japan. So this team go to Japan and do some research, and they found that Japanese have lesson study, so that they start writing and the world know about lesson study. Okay. Okay. In lesson study, we have a few models. But in my study, I'm using the model introduced by Catherine Lewis. Okay, for me, Catherine Lewis is mother of lesson study because she is the one who migrated to Japan because accompany her husband, and then she find out that Japanese has lesson study. She did a lot of research and start to write about lesson study in English, so that on that time lesson study be known by others country. Okay, that's why I call him mother of lesson study. Okay, and then but I'm using this model. In this model, we have goal setting. The first step is goal setting. Second is develop a lesson plan. Third, implementation of an observation. The fourth, evaluation and reflection, and the last one, improvement. This is in the cycle. Okay, so we can do again, repeat again until we reach our goal or target. Okay. Okay, next, in my study, my problem statement is how lesson study help teachers to implement high order thinking skill among biology students. Okay. Okay, for methodology. Okay, I'm using purposive, my study is about qualitative study. Okay, I'm using purposive sampling. I choose secondary school. My study participant 3 biology teachers and 22 student, Form 4 students. Okay, I did observation, document analysis, and semi-structured interview. And the data, I analyze it by using thematic analysis. Okay.
Okay, the limitation of my study. Okay, my study conducted in year 2015 with previous biology syllabus KBSM, and currently we are using KSSM as all the teachers realize that KSSM we have a lot of opportunity. We have a lot of activity that implement high order thinking skill in our textbook. That is better. Okay, and my study is about previous syllabus. Okay, so but I can share the result because we have a big impact, or we can see the benefit of lesson study that we can apply it until now. Okay, so the first one. Okay, I will discuss the result according the step of lesson study model by Catherine. Okay, the first one, the goal setting and develop a lesson plan. Okay, okay, in this step, actually, I observed that teacher plans the lesson carefully, okay, in group. Okay, lesson study is a group of teacher plan a lesson, okay, and then we develop, and then we implement it, and then we evaluate and do improvement, okay. All of this in group, okay, at least 2 to 3 teacher, okay. Okay, next, by having lesson study, teacher will plan the lesson carefully in group, not individually, so that teachers have chance to practice the latest approach. Okay, especially for active learning. Okay, while having a discussion, teacher will get a lot of information. They will do sharing, more information, and planning a lot of activities together. Okay, that one better. Okay, and then during the study, I found that teacher actually need to trust your student ability. Okay, why I said that? Actually, during my study, I observed that one teacher want to create an activity that requires student to creating something. But another teacher said, "Oh, we cannot do this because our student cannot do that." Okay, on that time, for me, teacher should trust your student ability. Yes, I know teacher know your student, right? Me too. I'm teacher, so I know my student better than other person because they are in my class. But sometimes we have to challenge them, okay? Especially for high order thinking skill or new skill that we have to train them, okay? So next, in implementation and observation. Okay, after planning the lesson together, the teacher will will state one day to do the implementation of what they plan together. So in this time, one teacher will be, one friend will be the teacher for the class, will conduct the class, and the other teacher will observe the lesson. Okay, and I like to remind all my fellow friends here that in this app, in this space, actually we observe the student progress, the student, okay, not your friend, not your colleague, okay. Don't observe your friend from minute 1 to minute 60. Don't observe your friends, okay. Focus to your student, okay. Okay, why? Because there are a lot of studies said that teachers feel uncomfortable by being observed by peers, okay? Mostly from Asian country, okay? Because maybe this is our culture. We feel guilty or what? Shame when other colleague or other student, other friends be in our class, okay? And then teacher actually, in this space, I find out teacher learn from student respond, okay? When we plan a lesson, our friend will conduct the class, so we can see the lesson that we plan, can our student follow the instruction, do the activities, okay? Can our student understand what our mission actually, okay? Actually, that one, all the thing that we have to look for, okay? Not our friends' clothes, friends' voice, or other than that. Okay, and then in this phase, actually, teachers need to focus student learning process, okay? This is the key, okay, the heart of lesson study actually. And then for phase number 4, after having the class with student, other teachers, do observation on student learning process, we sit again together. Okay. Mostly Japanese will recommend you to sit after in the same day. Okay, not after next day or next week or next month. Okay, just when the class finish, please sit together and discuss. Okay. And this is the beauty of lesson study, because in this cycle, actually, we should have one expert. Okay, the expert may be SISC plus, maybe DKMP, maybe lecturer from the university, maybe experienced teacher. Okay, because in the discussion, okay, actually in the evaluation and reflection, we discuss together. So the expert teacher, the expert person will share, will comment, will guide you. Okay, and this is good for novice teacher actually. And then teacher can, by having this phase, teacher can analyze the effectiveness of the approach implemented. Okay, as what I said before, by having lesson study, teacher have chance to practice the latest approach and then to run the approach, and then we can see the effectiveness. Okay, is the approach suitable to our student? Okay, suitable to our subject or other factor? Okay. And then we go to the last page, improvement. Okay. Anything that we mistake, or maybe anything that we want to improve, we will do in the lesson plan. Okay. And in my study, the teacher decide to improve the lesson plan according to the student ability, meaning that they said this cohort of students, they are good students, so they can cope with they can follow our lesson plan about implemented of HOTS. But maybe next year student, they are different. Okay, so we have to we can decide where to improve for the next coming class. Okay. Okay, next, at the end of the study, I find out that lesson study actually in line with thinking skill teaching model TAKE and also temporary model of professional learning. Okay, because in lesson study, we plan the teaching activities. Okay, we use a lot of we use variety of learning method. Okay, encourage activity, student involvement, and then we creating a positive experience for student. Okay, all these factor stated in thinking skill teaching model TAKE, and also I found it in my study by using lesson study. And then by having lesson study, actually it in line with professional learning model temporarily, because we focus on student learning. Okay, not only the teacher. Okay, and then we have appropriate teaching content because we discuss it. Everything is planned in a good plan with our friends. Okay, next, learn from student response. Okay, we learn from our student response. Okay, so that this is very valuable session for me, because we can improve ourselves. Okay, and then by having lesson study, this opportunity to practice new approach and observe the implication to our student. Okay, and then we can learn from friend sharing. Okay, especially during the lesson plan meeting, development meeting, and then in our reflection. Okay, and then we can get guidance from expert. Okay, that's very good. Okay, next, for my conclusion, I can say that lesson study is an effective method for implementing teaching approach among teachers in school. Okay, maybe now we are focusing on STEM integration in school, right? So I recommend all of my fellow students, all of my fellow teachers here, to use lesson study in as a approach. Sorry, a method to try or to implement new approach in our school. Okay, and then chance for teachers to practice any approach towards their ability, their student. Okay, new approach. Okay, we have a platform to try new approach with our friends and to our student, and then we get the implication by our own student, okay, not other student, okay. And then it is lesson study course wise yet effective approach for teacher development, professional development. Okay, why I said that? Because we can have a lesson study session in our own school. We don't need to go anywhere to other school or to other state or anything. We can do it in our school. We can try new approach. We can see the effect, the effectiveness, and then it will help in our teacher professional development. Okay. Okay. Before I stop, I want to say thanks to all of you to having me today. And here I would like to share the picture of me with Catherine Lewis. Actually, I met her in once conference, lesson study conference in Nagoya University, Japan. I'm very impressed because I met her, okay? Because I call her mother of lesson study, right? Okay, that's all. Thank you for me. Okay. I send over to MC.
Okay, thank you so much. Such a good sharing from Cikgu Sohana. Okay, any question from the crowd?
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, thank you for
Waalaikumsalam
great presentation, Cikgu Sohana. Conducting lesson study is one of the good methods. So what about the time constraint to implement it?
Okay, yes. Time is a big problem here. Okay, I feel it because I'm teacher too. Okay, we can recommend teacher to do lesson study at least once a year or 2 times a year. Okay, because it is a process. It have a cycle. It's consume a lot of time. So I recommend teacher please try to find time please manage at least one lesson study per year or maybe once in a 2 year. Okay, better we try it. Okay, thank you Puan Salvia.
Thank you.
Cikgu Sahana ada soalan dekat chat, kurangan chat.
Okay, it's same question like Puan Salvia. How many lessons study cycle per year conducted in your school? Okay, please share how you conduct lesson during PDPR lesson study. Actually, during lesson study, I'm not doing lesson study. Okay, with my colleague, we do before the PKP actually. Okay, PDPR is real struggle. Everything is new for us. So we will continue doing lesson study after this, insyaAllah.
Okay, Cikgu Suhana.
Yeah.
I have one question. Can you tell us specifically what method that you implement? Okay, for apa? For your PDPR in order to achieve that target.
Okay, first I want to know the target first. The target is?
The student.
Okay.
What method of learning that you use so that your student will gain the HOTS ability?
Okay, thank you. Okay, I can get your question. Okay, thank you, Cik Zamil. Actually, now I'm doing PBL with my student because by having PBL, okay, some of my students can join my class, some of them cannot. So it's not fair for students that cannot join my class. They want to learn too. So that I'm doing PBL with them so that by having project, the student that have problem also can learn, can follow the activity. Okay, they can contact me or contact their friends. So they learn, they know what are their friends and teachers do now. They can learn during PDPR actually. Okay, thank you, Cik Muzamil.
Okay, PBL lah, right? Problem-based learning.
Yes, PBL, project-based learning.
Okay, thank you, Cikgu Suhana.
Welcome.
Okay, so any question from participant or attendee? So if no question, I think so we complete our session for room 3 today. Okay, so thank you for all participants, for your cooperation, and for attendee, thank you. Okay, and then can we open the camera, because we want to take a picture. So Kak Ti, boleh ambil gambar tak Kak Ti?
Okay, boleh.
Okay, so
Boleh buka dulu ya.
minta minta semua buka kamera.
Sorry, my camera is smaller.
Dia tak buka kamera. Ramai yang I think the line problem I think ni.
Okay, Cikgu Akmal, Cikgu Hakal, Cikgu Otman, Cikgu Sabiah. Masih tak buka kamera ni.
Sorry, kamera saya tak berfungsi.
Oh ya ke, tak apa. Cikgu Otman, Cikgu Akmal dan Cikgu Haikal, macam mana? Ada. Okay, tak apa. Kita boleh take the picture now. Okay,
Tak.
sedia. Ya, okay. Freestyle masing-masing. Okay, 1, 2. Kejap Okay, yang kedua, sedia. 1, 2. Okay, sekejap. Sekali lagi. Okay, sedia. Freestyle. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, cantik. Terima kasih semua.
Okay, terima kasih
Okay,
semua.
terima kasih.
Sama-sama.
Terima kasih
Maaf
semua.
lah atas line tadi.
Minta maaf sekali
Kami pun sama.
Minta maaf jumalah.
So semoga berjumpa lagi di peluang yang lain. Okay, terima kasih semua.
Besok ada lagi.
Okay.
Boleh besok boleh tengok.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye. Assalamualaikum. And salam sejahtera.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Cikgu tulis kat chat tu. Cikgu tulis kat chat.
Nanti send gambar kat mana? Oh, okay.
Ada session tu.
Thank you Kak Ti.
Okay, Mimi.
Jumpa esok.
Terima kasih. InsyaAllah jumpa esok.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.